Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Best teammates.
Thanks to Connellina at the Brighton Trophy Centre. We are here, best teammates after a bit of a week off. That doesn't matter why we had a week off, but we are back. We promise consistency. We are kind of consistent, but we are here. So let's just set the scene really quickly. I would like to say, Andy Martin, where are you right now? Because it looks like you're in a car.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm in a car at the moment. I'm down in somewhere in the middle of Australia. Griffith in New South Wales is where I'm at right now. I'm sitting in a car park. I'm at the Information Tourist Centre. So come on down, grab yourself some icy cold cans of Coke, and I'll give you some stickers.
Thanks, guys. All right, here's Ed Sheeran. Enjoy. I like that because I was thinking it was going to sound like a bit of a street team cross there. Rosie Panetta, you look rested and you are chilling out where?
I'm still in my house because that's what happens when you have a baby. And she's attached to me because that also is what happens. Guys, I need to get out. We need to be in the studio soon and I need to give someone this child for an hour.
Yeah, so how's he going? How's the little fella going, Nicoletta?
When are you going to stop calling her a boy? She's okay, but she just wouldn't go down. So I'm literally wearing her again, which just, I think she just wants to be part of the podcast. She just wants to be the unofficial fourth member.
Yeah, fair enough. And we're not, to be honest, we're not sure what's going on with Matt. We haven't really heard from Matt since the last podcast where, so I don't really know what's going on there, but we're just going to keep on moving and then whatever happens, happens, I guess.
Matthew, where are you?
Yeah.
Contact us.
I'm over here.
So what's been happening, guys? I went to an event the other night for LIV Golf, which I'd like to talk you through at some stage, but we'll get to me a little bit later on because I feel the last podcast was very me heavy, talking about my headspace and everything, which is going pretty well. But Rosie, let's go to you first of all. How's motherhood going and life and everything?
Guys.
All right, thanks, Rosie. Yeah. And what about you, Andy?
Yeah, motherhood's great.
No, I don't think it's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. It's good-ish.
What have you learned? Tell us the positives, the pros and the cons, all right? Talk us through the pros and the cons. And thanks to Connellina at the Brighton Trophy Centre. The
pros and cons. The pros is
pretty sure it's actually having a kid and bringing a life into the world is probably
I was
the
trying
first
to think more specifically. Like the pros is having a healthy little baby who sleeps, and the con is we're not sleeping, even though look, pros was yesterday we had our backs shots and she was a legend. She just cried for like 10 seconds and then everyone keeps warning me about the lack of sleep and the painful shot. Like everyone's warning me things and then she's just defying all the warnings. So that's good.
Have you noticed the broken sleep thing? You know, I kind of realised when we had our first kid, it's not the lack of sleep, but it's the broken sleep which kind of messes with you.
I think that's what it is because we're getting like 5-hour slots. Does that make sense? I don't know if
slots
I like that word.
Slots is a unique word, but
I
that's
don't
okay.
like that word.
Yeah.
So I'm getting like 8 hours a night, but I just still feel like rubbish, guys. I feel so tired and I just need to get shit done and she makes it very difficult. So there's a con.
Have you got sore old mates?
Sore old mates? You're talking about my boobs?
Well, I didn't say that. You said that. I said old mates because I was being respectful.
No,
because that's what normally happens as well.
Only when you forget to pump. So not too much. Yeah.
Fair enough. So what's your plan then? So when are you going to take a year off? You're going to have back to work like kind of slow burn back in. Christopher how's he going?
He's all right. He's going to have to start looking after her because I have some stuff lined up in May and June. I reckon round 10 you get me back at Port Adelaide. Get ready.
Well, it's if I'm asked back because I didn't really do much on the weekend. I was banned from Adelaide Oval, so that's okay.
I do want to know more about this. So you weren't allowed to do the game, but your co-host was okay. All right. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be back doing things by the end of May, like after the 12-week mark. 12 weeks off, and then I'll start doing things again because if I don't, I will go bonkers.
Yeah, and Christopher's going well. He's trying to do everything at the moment. Is he still trying to work out and just be real hot and stuff?
Yep. I see him for maybe an hour a day and then he falls asleep. So that's really exciting. It's really.
Then he wakes up, he goes down to the corner massage place and comes back and has another sleep, right?
That's it. We still have to check out that as a kind of team trip. Andy, what's been going on with you, mate? So you're in a car park in the middle of somewhere, and have you gone to any crappy touristy places yet?
Yeah.
Because you tend to do that all the time.
How dare you? No, well, let's go back a bit further. So since the last episode, so you were a bit rat shit last episode, as in you were feeling unwell, you had a sore throat, we laughed about having COVID, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, the next fucking day, I got really sick with exactly what you had for literally a week. I was out of action. And then luckily just in time for me to head to Griffith, here I am, I'm all good. So thanks for that. I enjoy getting past different diseases from people, so that worked out well for the year.
It wasn't fun, hey, because it felt like
house.
one of those ones where you wanted to get COVID. You're like, oh, no. I wish it was COVID so at least I would know what I've got, but it wasn't COVID. But then everyone's starting to lose their voice. There's a bit of influenza going around, so I don't know if it was that, but people are losing their voice and feeling a bit of frontal pressure, if you know what I mean, but also a sore head.
Yeah, so I had to release the pressure a lot with good times. But anyway, so I'm here in Griffith. I've just finished my my travel, just preparing for the airport a little bit later on. So I've just got to go.
Where is Griffith, Andy?
Before I go. Griffith is essentially sort of like if you're looking at a map of Australia, you've got Sydney to the right. If you go to the left, almost sort of like 2/3 of the way before you get to the South Australian border, it's there. So it's really in the middle of.
So you could have just said it's in New South Wales, just New South Wales.
Yeah, I know, but I want to paint a picture. You know, that's what radio's all about. You got to paint a picture for the people listening. So
I also enjoyed the left and right. I was like, who's left? Who's right? What are you talking about?
To be fucking honest, I got lost as I was explaining to you guys, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I didn't know where it was. I just got on 2 planes and came here, and then I've literally looked it up yesterday, I think, to find out where I actually was, just in case something bad happens, because after I spoke to Rosie for 2 minutes yesterday, I found out there's quite a high presence of criminal activity that happens here on the underground.
I didn't say that. I said there was a large. I said there was a large. You're racist. I said there was lots of Italians, and you just made that a mafia thing.
No. You said that Burjo used to work here, and there was
Matt's brother.
And that there was a high percentage.
Was lots of Italians, and he
mafiosa.
Used to, I didn't say mafiosa.
I think you would have said
mafia.
I did not.
You said go down to the Italian restaurants and say Rosie sent you, and they'll hand you a suitcase full of sweet.
You would have said that.
yeah, and to bring it to the massage place in the corner where the red light is, and drop it off there, and then Chris will pick it up later.
None of us have seen the kid. Like, we weren't invited to the baby shower. None of us have seen the kid. So I think Rosie's taken 12 weeks off to run her mafia ring from home next to the massage place.
How is your ring going?
All the pictures I posted, just a fake kid I found online. I've just found a kid picture on and I just use it on my Insta.
Wouldn't surprise me.
It's just weird that she looks exactly like Christopher.
Turns out it's just a picture of Bert from Bert and Ernie.
You say my kid looks like Bert?
No, just say the ethnic eyebrow.
Yeah, okay, fair call.
Anyway, I don't know why I went there. But last weekend I finally went out. So I took the girls to Pirate Life Brewery for a single launch. And not single person.
Concert. I saw you did the responsible thing and put those little headphones on their ears.
Yeah, went and got the headphones because the supporting act to Hayli's CD single launch, she's a singer obviously, was George's band Popular Stranger, George the Tech from Nova.
George the Tech, yeah. You did a podcast with him.
Yeah, did a podcast with him, did a podcast with Hayli, and Hayli was joined by one of the guys from Atlas Genius. So it was good to catch up with those guys and sort of, give the girls a bit of an experience that their friends probably don't get by going to a brewery, first of all. But then also,
did you pay for a drink there? Because you didn't pay for a drink last time we went to Pirate Life.
No, the last time in Pirate Life, Con refused for me to pay for drinks. Con was he's like, mate, trophies are sorted, so's the cash tonight. And I was cool.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
You've mentioned Hayli a few times. Are you dating Hayli? Who is Hayli?
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. So, no. but she'd be a great mother of my children.
Wait, you just broke up slightly and said
she's
the mother of my children. Is that what you just said?
Yes, no. She would be a great mother to my children, but no. So the way that this whole relationship's come about with Hayli and interviewing her and stuff is that.
Can I just say something? We have no idea who Hayli is. You can't just casually say Hayli and us to know who you're talking about.
And how will Hayli feel about being called a great mother for your children? Also, if she hears this.
Well, she's also a music teacher, so she understands. No. So the whole reason why this has come about, she's an upcoming artist. So when COVID hit in the US, right? So Atlas Genius were touring around the US. They were doing stadium shows, all that sort of stuff.
Did Atlas Genius used to be Dirty Lemon or Hairy Lemon or whatever?
Yeah, Hairy Lemon. That's right.
Okay.
So basically,
the thing you drink in the morning when you're hungover, that little bit like a Barocca tablet.
Well, they are some good-looking boys. So yes, you could drink them in the morning if you felt that way inclined.
Yes, Rosie. They used to be called Barocca Tablet. That was their name before Hairy Lemon. They called themselves Barocca Tablet, Hydrolite.
G'day, guys. Welcome to the Ramsgate Hotel. We are Barocca Tablet.
Sorry, Andy. Keep going. But I'm intrigued.
Yeah. So when all their gigs stopped, they had nothing to do. They're like, well, I guess we're going to have to – we don't know how long this whole COVID thing's going to happen. Like LA went from the nightlife that happens 24/7 to nothing at all. So and their like tour managers and staff, they're like, there's no gigs anyway, guys. So they moved back to Australia and weren't doing too much. And so Steve, the bass guitarist of the band, was sitting in a cafe down at Mymponga and was listening to this chick sing next door who was there's like a recording studio down there, and he's like, she's actually pretty good. So met up with her and found out that she writes songs and stuff. He's like, you know what, I'm going to be a consultant, give me something to do while I'm here in Adelaide. And so then he's contacted me on, hey, I've got this artist, do you want to do an interview with her? And because we've got a single launch coming up. And then turns out through that whole process they had like met George the tech through a really random scenario, which you can hear on the podcast on the Auscast music channel, but it's good very Adelaide. Thank you very much. All thanks to Foodworks at Griffith. That's how that whole scenario came out. Did the interview with her and then went really well. Did the interview with George, and then I was like, let's give the girls a really good experience. So I took them along to the brewery and got to see some live performances, and they were really sort of what do you call it? Like they had stars in their eyes because they were meeting this person they heard singing on their radio, basically, and meeting George again. And Georgia loves George. I mean, assuming she thinks that I named her after George Carver.
Obviously, you did.
Probably did.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good looking man,
and that's why she loves showers.
Say again.
What?
How dare you talk like that about my daughter?
Wasn't George the one that loved to shower in the Nova building?
Yes. No,
no one understood that reference until you explained it, which is very
No, not even I. And I use the showers too.
Yeah.
With George and Jarrod.
Yeah.
Jarrod, did you ever fart in that shower?
Yeah, Andy used to walk past and we used to make noises when we were in the shower at like 7:30 because we used to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Room?
Oh, you go, mate.
Was it was it like the shower was a cubicle next to the toilet cubicle? Or was it a whole new room?
Yeah.
You worked there. You walk past it every day.
You worked in that building for a short amount of time.
I've never used the shower and I've blocked most of my memory of Nova out. So
we don't have to anymore. It's free. I saw the black smoke coming from the tower and the king is dead. Long live the whatever.
Also, I think that was quite prevalent in the survey ratings this week. If you guys had a look at that, you would have seen that this week, wouldn't you, Jarrod?
Ooh, you come in and out.
I had a little look at the radio ratings, and I don't pay too much attention to it because I don't like the stress that follows on from that. But apparently, the gas is no longer lit, which is a bit weird.
What do you mean?
No, it's great. It's great for the industry.
You're talking in lyrics and no one understands.
No, I'm just saying that at least the staff there won't have to have performance reviews with a golden retriever present anymore. So, Andy, sorry, continue on. So this Hayli person, so are they American?
No, she's from Adelaide.
Okay.
And how old is she?
Your guess is probably as good as mine. I didn't really ask her in the interview.
I'm not guessing. I've never met her or seen a photo of her, so I can't guess.
You get 75.
So your guess will
I'm
be
gonna
better than
guess
mine.
75 years old.
She could be 65 years old. I'm not too sure.
Are you trying to work?
I don't.
Work out with
I
it?
don't know. I just feel that. There could be potentially a love story out of this. You took your daughters to see Hayli perform live at Pirate Life, which I think is very supportive. And potentially, I don't want to start rumours or anything, but potentially there could be growth of a friendship and maybe whatever.
Love. Oh, Andy's gone quiet.
I've been in relationships with singers and actors before, and they haven't really ended that well. So we'll see what happens. But she's a very nice lady, and a chick or whatever you want to call her, and fully supportive of whatever she wants to do.
Don't say lady. That's really unsexy.
Yeah, thanks, Rosie lady.
If Christopher called me a lady in conversation, I'd be like, oh, it's over. So yep.
You got no chance of anyone calling you a lady, Rosie. Don't worry about that.
Boom tish.
Well, that's good, Andy. As long as you're happy,
Jarrod,
and we'll support anything you choose to do. Yeah, mate.
When you and Rosie do your work together, when you throw to her, do you call her lady or buddy or mate, brother? How do you go, over to you, brother? How do you guys kind of do it?
I'm surprisingly very professional when it comes to that stuff. So before we talk, I'll be very unprofessional, but then I'll say, Rosie, it's great to see you here. Welcome back, and stuff like that. So I'll always do that. And even I use your name. And when she wasn't there, I would say, hey, congratulations to Rosie. So I'll always make sure the Rosie presence is there at any live event, apart from when she binned me the other day at Adelaide United when I had no voice. So that's all good.
You got a better person than me, so that was all right. You did good, buddy. You did good, buddy. What were you asking before, Andy, before Jarrod cut you off?
He doesn't know. He's frozen. I went to LIV Golf the other night. So LIV Golf's in South Australia after Gather Round, which we can get to whenever you can ask.
Does LIV stand for something? LIV?
Yeah, LIV stands for 54. It's Roman numerals for 54, and there's 54 holes, which means they play 3 rounds of 18.
Yeah.
So 18 times 3 is 54, I believe. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. Yeah.
Wednesday night, I was invited to the launch. They had a launch party at Adelaide Oval, and I don't go to things. I never go to things.
Unless you're hosting them.
Correct. And my wife said, you need to go to this thing. So they spent $1 million on this party.
On the opening night, not the whole event.
The opening night. So you go to Adelaide Oval at the southern entrance, and you can see the big letters LIV on the window at Adelaide Oval. They've spent just heaps of money on that. You go into the southern entrance. There were people serving drinks on roller skates. So they wanted to theme it like Studio 54. Because of LIV 54. So you could drink whatever you want. Then you go up the escalator into the McGarry room. So for the people who have been to Adelaide Oval before, it's at the southern end where a lot of the post-game functions are. And you go in and there were Coffin Bay oysters, food, drinks, you name it, it's there. And then the 2 MCs got onto the stage and they're like, hello, Adelaide. Welcome to Karuna Land. Because they were trying to say Ghana, but they were reading everything off cards. So they were looking at the cards and said, yeah, Adelaide, it's so good to be here in South Australia. So they were literally reading that part. And I analysed that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking,
were the cards in their hands or in front of them like an auto cue?
Cards were in their hands. So they were looking at everything, introducing Greg Norman, introducing the Premier, Peter Malinauskas, introducing all the golfers, that was all there. But the thing that I got really uncomfortable with, and I don't like this stuff at all. So this is the thing that I'll never be comfortable with. All the invitations, and they over-invited people, right? All the invitations went out to South Australian people of influence. And I'm not one of those people.
I mean, you are, but go on.
Walking around, you could tell that people were loving the fact that they were there because they were seen of South Australia's people of influence. Now, I feel that the invites to the launch party, because all the golfers were there, should have gone to real golf enthusiasts. Send out some of those invites to like local golf clubs around South Australia. The people who really love the fact that their idols are around them, not just people that are there for a social photo.
Because there would have been definitely people in that room who didn't even know who Greg was.
Yes. And you know what? I sound like I'm kind of contradicting myself a little bit here because I reacted the opposite way looking at the people going to Sam Smith. Andy's gone.
Oh, no.
So he'll be back.
Can he come back without us?
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll work that out. I kind of feel like looking around, I was really uncomfortable by looking at people who love the fact that they were invited. And I went there just because I was invited. But it had the kind of Sam Smith vibes about it where people just wanted to go to say that they were at this cool party. And I guess, I don't know why I'm a bit negative about it, but I feel like the invites could have gone to some other people too, you know what I mean?
So I'm guessing how did you know they didn't give a shit? They were just standing around taking selfies and not really giving a toss about what was on stage?
Kind of, but also I feel like in the media industry and when you have a public job, people naturally dislike you because you are in the industry and they see you as a competitor. So they will naturally be standoffish, or people that you know will walk past you and you know that you know them, but they ignore you or don't say hello to you because like it's a natural kind of, I'm a big dog. So I don't like that kind of stuff. So I get really uncomfortable at those events. I sat at a table with a couple of people from Adelaide United and the guy that I took with me, and I didn't move the whole night. I didn't walk around, and I was there for an hour, then I left. I'm like, cool, I've seen it. I had a couple of wines. What's the station over there?
Yeah, right.
That was it.
I did see a lot of posting about it. So you're not doing anything with it, right? You're not working.
No, I'm doing something in Rundle Mall. They've got like a fan village thing in Rundle Mall, which I'm going to do. But apart from that, I was just a bit uncomfortable with it. I got excited though, because yesterday it was the Pro-Am. So they get all of the pros who are playing to play alongside amateurs, Pro-Am. And Con and Lena from Brighton Trophy Centre, they made the trophies for it. So they are a part of LIV Golf.
Go Con and Lena. My brother-in-law did it. I haven't actually spoken to him since.
Who's your brother-in-law? Dino?
No, his name's Matthew
Gino.
Simpson. It's very unearthly.
Homer's brother.
But as someone who knows nothing about golf, I don't think I've realised how big this is for Adelaide. It's huge. I don't really get.
Yeah, it's massive. It's massive. So to give you some understanding, right? So the winner of LIV Golf, the winner will get $4 million US.
What's that in Australian?
I don't know. So the person that finishes last, so like 48th, will get $120,000 US. So being the worst, you'll get $120K. Now, also, that's the prize money. But the sign-on, so Cam Smith, who is Australia's best golfer, he was paid $100 million US to just join LIV Golf.
Is he the one with the mullet that everyone went crazy for in the mall?
Yeah, and he didn't want anything to do with the on-stage stuff. He's like, is that it? Do I need to say any more? Like the golfers, they're not in the spotlight for doing anything apart from playing golf. So, yeah, it was interesting to observe, but good for the state. The Premier's doing good things at the moment. I don't know anything about politics, but I think this is a real sugar hit for the state where like everybody's up and about because of Gather Round, then they're up and about because of LIV Golf. But what about once that kind of settles down? I know people that work as like paramedics and they're like lining up at hospitals for 7-8 hours to actually get in, and everybody's talking about how good sport is. But then there's people that work in emergency services going, yeah, can you fix the ramping problem, please? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was the actual election promise. I'm going back to Gather Round. You said we'd talk about it when we talked to you about your life. Tell me more about the whole you weren't allowed to talk on the mic because it had to be neutral. I didn't understand.
Yeah, so the AFL took ownership of the match day, which means there were no Port Adelaide people there putting on the match day. So they said you had to have neutral MCs so it didn't feel like a home game. So then I wasn't allowed at Adelaide Oval because they say that I'm part of the Port Adelaide match day experience. So I don't want to be associated like with other games. So I went to Mount Barker, but the current match day host, Bobby, she was doing the Adelaide Oval games because I think she's quite new at the club and doesn't have that connection yet. So they used to, it was very weird. It was politics between the club, the league, the organisers. I loved going out to Mount Barker. That was really, really cool. Like I had a big dirty Kransky, like a real long sausage for breakfast, like a hash brown. It was, I tell you what, my breath and my gasoline was fire.
It was long and skinny. I saw it on a picture. with someone.
Yeah, and the cramps itself though was a bit bigger. Yeah. Yeah, but no, I think it was pretty good. I didn't expect that Adelaide would get the next couple of gather rounds. I think people got into it. There's learnings that you can have. I actually went on Thursday night. I did an event at the Mosley and I went with Con. Con was my date.
What happened to Andy going as your date? Andy?
He couldn't go.
Oh.
So Con and I had a few wines and it was nice to hang out with Con. I like sharing time with Con. So yeah, it kind of settles down a little bit now. There's stuff on this weekend and then we'll be back in the studio soon. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys.
And to be able to hear us.
Yeah, absolutely. You can hear me now, can't you?
We heard you the whole time, mate. We didn't even reference that you vanished for about 10 minutes. Rosie and I just had a chat and you appeared and we just kept it normal. So we're sweet. You don't have to edit anything.
I got to say, you guys are really professional and it just warms my heart to know that you've always got my back with this sort of stuff. So that's good.
And that will just push on without you. Does that warm your heart or make you feel a little bit sad?
No, it feels like working commercial radio again, to be honest with you.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm phasing everyone out one by one out of this podcast, so it just turns into basically Best Team Jarrod, and then it's just me talking for 40 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, right?
One-man team. It's got a ring to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, Andy, when's your flight? Do you have to run away?
No, I've got like 6 hours before my flight, so
we can't.
And being a regional airport, it doesn't open up till now before the flight takes off. So I got a bit of time to kill. You know what I'm saying? So I might hang out, check out some of the tourist spots, which is just here because I'm
the food works.
Pretty much it. Yeah, I might head to the food works and go see a couple of my mates. Yeah, I'm excited to get us all back into one little studio.
Yeah, and we got to catch up and we got to do a podcast at Brighton Trophy Centre. And Rosie can have a drink now because she's had a kid, so we can have a few scotches at Brighton Trophy Centre or a few drinks and just chill out.
Boom.
Yeah, and because the BTC is like literally, I think it's like a K away from where I live. Boom Yakasha, Andy's back, everybody.
What does that have to do with where you live?
Because I don't have to worry about travelling far to get from the home of the Scotch glass at Brighton Trophy Centre after recording. Okay,
so what you're saying, it's a financially wise decision to have the drinks near to where you live.
100%.
Okay.
But also, like, some of my finest work, like when I did an outside broadcast show with Sam Mack years ago at the Royal Show, I was
name dropping.
It was one of the best shows, but I was blind and did a great job and panelled as well. So I can't wait for this one.
I think you'll be awesome. I think we'll have a great time. It will be better than the last live podcast we did at Shifted Lizard when I got into trouble for having bowel problems in the back of the car. And of course, heaps of dramas, and then urinated on Rosie's lemon tree, and then the bush outside her house, and then also the plant life. So it was very weird.
Do you guys want to play a game?
Depends what the game is. It could be,
yeah. It's called Take Your Clothes Off.
And
you've got Rosie.
I'll pass. Bye, guys. What have you got?
You're into bye, guys. Makes sense. Anyway. All right, when I did prepare these statements for the particular person you're hopefully going to guess, and I've tried to make it a bit easier this time around.
Greg Norman. Okay, too soon.
Damn, Rosie, ruined it again. No, it's fine. It's not him. That would have been great, though, because it would have matched very well with what's going on in Adelaide at the moment. But I'm in Griffith, so I don't care.
Okay.
So this guy turned as a massive hit, turned 58 2 weeks ago on the day that we recorded, because I was going to use this in the last recording, okay? So are you ready?
Jarrod looks...
What are we playing?
Who am I?
Rosie Panetta. Okay.
God damn it, Jarrod. No, absolutely not. That's not the case.
All right, let's go.
All right, here we go. So refresher, if you're just tuning in for the first time, I'm going to give statements, and as we go, the statements will hopefully get easy to guess. And
shut up, Nicoletta.
Okay, it was Nicoletta.
Shoosh, baby.
Fuck.
I was talking, you know, like I can hear my headphones.
40 minutes while we try to put a podcast.
All I can hear in my headphones is... I thought it was Rosie. Didn't know which end.
Probably. Well, you don't know at that stage. After you have a kid, it's just everywhere.
Yeah, it's just... That's pretty much.
Guys, play the game. Stop. Stop.
Doesn't even touch the sides. Doesn't even make a noise.
No.
Yeah. Oh, is that a cyclone or a tornado here? No, it's not. It's just me. Passing wind.
No, it's just
All
me.
right.
I had the Vindaloo. Yeah.
To coincide with what I said about the birth date, this person was born in New York City in 1965.
Jerry Seinfeld.
No.
Ricky Lee.
No. I'm from the United
Hey,
States
Richie.
of America.
Yeah, you said that in the last clue. Because you said I was born in the USA in 1965. So that this is the
In New
third
York.
clue. I was born in 1965.
No, I was refreshing your mind because you were giving me stupid answers, you dickheads.
Okay.
You're not stupid, mate. We're guessing what we think it is. Is it Hayli?
God damn it, you've done it again. No. I was nominated for an Academy Award for my performance in a 1992 film.
1992.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Morgan Freeman.
Ooh, wow.
I am known for my sense of humour and quick wit.
I stand
I'm
by
the
Whoopi
father of
Goldberg.
Jerry
two
Seinfeld.
children.
Father of 2 children.
Yep.
It's not funny. Shut up, Nicoletta. Whoopi Goldberg.
No, I'm a philanthropist who supports several charitable causes.
Bill Gates.
Did you say actress? I missed it.
Philanthropist.
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 I'm also a
Steve
talented
Jobs.
musician.
Wait, no. He's
Steve Martin.
Steve Aoki.
Steve
I was once
Aoki or
considered-
Steve Aoki?
It's one of Hollywood's
Aoki.
most promising young actors until I got old and then just a promising actor.
Oh.
Paul
I was
Walker.
No, I would be talking in past tense if that was
Chuck
the case,
Norris.
sir. I was a former member of the cast of Saturday Night Live.
Jimmy Fallon.
I'm a huge fan of J.R.R. Tolkien.
Oh, jeez.
Jack
What
Black.
a weird clue.
Adam Sandler.
Oh, God.
I was married to
Tina
a
Fey.
actress for 12 years.
It's a guy.
Matt Damon.
Damon.
I was arrested multiple times in the 1990s for
Chris Rock.
drug-related offences.
The guy that dated Kim Kardashian. What was his name?
What do you mean?
Kanye West.
Sorry, the little,
Was it a guy from the US?
that little wee.
Eddie
No.
Murphy.
No.
Was it SNL?
I'm a recovering
S&M.
addict who has struggled with substance abuse throughout.
Steve
Dana Carvey.
Steve Martin.
I am known for my roles in superhero movies.
In what movies?
Christopher Walken.
Well, superhero movies.
Christopher Runnin.
Christopher Saleh.
Pitbull. Dale.
I was a member of the Brat Pack in the 1980s.
Leo DiCaprio.
The Brat
I was
Pack.
once engaged to Sarah Jessica Parker Hoyce.
Freddie
Matthew
Prinze
Broderick.
Jr.
Matthew Broderick.
No.
Matthew Perry.
I was once a cast member of the TV series Ally McBeal.
Oh, jeez. William Shatner.
Ali McBeal. William Shatner Toilet.
I'm a big fan of the music of the Rolling Stones.
My battery is flashing at me. I think I'm.
The guy from Ali McBeal who was like her lawyer friend.
I was in the Keanu Reeves.
Patrick Swayze.
I'm best known for my role as Tony Stark Iron Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Rosie dropped out. Is it Robbie Downey Jr.?
Yep. She
Yeah!
She dropped out of the
Rosie.
best time.
Get stuffed, Rosie. She's out, so I win. What do I win? Do I win the ability to leave this podcast now?
You win a lot of hugs and the chance to do an outro promoting Brighton at the Brighton Trophy Centre.
Big shout out to Brighton at the Connellina Trophy Centre. Thanks so much for having us. Andy, we'll see you when you get back. Rosie, take care. Rosie, we're going to give you an opportunity to give you your final thoughts right now.
Perfect.
Thanks, Connellina at the Brighton Trophy Centre. We'll catch you later.
Thanks for listening to Best Teammates. Follow us on socials and make sure you subscribe.
love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to auscastnetwork.com for details.